I don't know if you saw my panicked emails, but I think Denise forwarded me this invitation, and for some reason I wasn't recognizing in the subject line.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the Salazar did the same thing, right?
I got the Salazar from her today, or maybe she said she resent it.
Yeah.
Let me look and see.
All right. Miss Hernandez, did you hear from Miss Ledesma? Was she planning on joining us today?
She had said she wanted to, so we sent her the link, so I don't know if she's going to or not.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I sent her the link via text. She didn't respond, so but she knows about it. So
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you sent Salazar on the 25th of September, and I don't know. Sometimes my email seems to come up different on my laptop than it does on my desktop. I don't know why.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch to my cell phone. The connection, it keeps freezing for some reason. So I'm gonna
Okay.
join in from my cell phone.
Sure.
Brett, if that's an unfinished ceiling, I believe the judge has some recent experience in that.
It is,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, I'll be doing it over the next 2 weeks in my spare time.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
I
funny.
tell
at
you
Sock
what,
Club-
a drywall lift was, because the last time I'd put a ceiling up before this was many, many years ago, and we just did it by hand. But I just finished a room in the basement and I used a drywall lift, and it cost, I think, $15 to rent for 4 hours, and we put the whole ceiling up minus the small pieces within that 4 hours. So drywall lift was amazing.
I am very glad you said that because it was going to be my father-in-law and I doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah, we should be able to crush it out then. That sounds fantastic.
Right. Yeah, I did it at Menards. It was the cheapest. And like I said, it was like $15 for 4 hours. And
Fantastic.
yeah. All right. Well, now, Miss Mwangi, you can hear us now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, then let's get started. We're on the record in case number 2019-CR261, captioned State of Kansas versus Raymond Harvey. Would the parties announce their appearances, please?
May it please the court, Assistant District Attorney Jerry Mwangi on behalf of the state.
May it please the court, Mr. Harvey appears in person via Zoom with counsel Brett Richmond.
All right. Well, first things first, Mr. Harvey had filed a motion for substitution of counsel. Mr. Richmond reached out to the court and informed me that it was simply a matter of his correspondence going to the wrong facility for Mr. Harvey, that they had not informed him that he had moved and that you had lost communication for a while, that Mr. Harvey wants you to continue as his counsel. Is that correct, Mr. Richmond?
Yes, Judge. My understanding was, and just to give a little bit of clarification, I had requested Mr. Harvey to be farmed out, back out to Andrew County. And in speaking with, I believe it was Deputy Wells in passing, he was like, okay, we'll take care of that. And I assumed it had gotten done. So I sent Mr. Harvey 2 letters. I went back and looked, it was at least 2 letters to Andrew County. And the entire time, Mr. Harvey's been sitting in Wyandotte County. And so I was unaware, I didn't look it up. And that was completely on my fault. I took the assumption on that, Judge. But I reached out to Mr. Harvey as soon as I saw that he wanted substitute counsel. And he's fine with me as his attorney, Judge. The problem was he hadn't heard from me in 2.5 months and wasn't sure what was going on. So I think we've rectified that, Judge. and we can go forward with Mr. Harvey as my representation for Mr. Harvey. And I think I've talked to him a little bit about potentially doing mediation or setting it for a status. I know I shot the email to you, Judge, and Ms. Mwangi about doing something like that as well.
Okay. All right. Mr. Harvey, you heard what your lawyer had to say. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And you're okay with Mr. Richmond continuing as your attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right. Look, and just on a note, Mr. Richmond practices a lot in my court. I think he's one of the most diligent attorneys in keeping in contact with his client and advising. Look, I know in your position, I'd kind of want my lawyer there every day telling me what's up. That's not really realistic, but Mr. Richmond does a great job in keeping his clients informed. And I think that this was just he relied on the deputy statement that you were going to go out to Andrew County. Are you still wanting to go out to Andrew County?
Yes, sir. Well,
All right,
I'm waiting on trial, so I mean,
right. And I know inmates kind of like the way they run that there. So here's what I want to know. Do you guys want me to send you to mediation? Because if we're going to do that, there's no sense in sending him back to Andrew County right away, because you're going to need him not only for the hearing, but to kind of discuss about what you want to present at that mediation.
Judge, my thought immediately is I know any mediations I've been scheduling are at least 3 to 4 weeks out. It's just what we've been able to do. So I think in the meantime, we could send him while we get the ball rolling on mediation, just because finding a judge, getting it set up, I'd rather him, since he's been sitting here for the last 2.5 months, and I thought he was at least in Andrew County, I'd rather send him out now. And then Ms. Mwangi and I can talk, because I think we're kind of on polar opposites right now of what we're hoping for. But I think, we can at least talk again once Ms. Mwangi and we can kind of get something scheduled.
All right. Here's what I'll do. And I need to tell you this, Mr. Harvey. I don't have authority to tell the jail where to send you.
okay. Froze up.
Yeah. Judge, I think you're froze. Ms. Mwangi, are you froze too?
Yeah, I think she's froze too.
Okay, yeah.
Who?
Judge is
Okay.
back. Everybody.
Okay, Judge, yeah, you were froze for a moment there, sorry.
All right. So everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Judge, I don't know if Ms. Mwangi's there though.
Yeah, she's not here.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I think we lost Judge again though.
Authority to
Oh.
tell the jail where to
Okay.
send you.
He's frozen again.
I'm seeing everybody froze now. Okay.
Yeah, I had everyone frozen too, but you just unfroze.
For crying out loud.
I know.
All right, we're gonna try this a third time.
All right.
I don't have the authority to order the jail to send you anywhere, but they generally listen to me. So I can't guarantee you'll get sent, but I will guarantee that I will ask them to send you. In the meantime, guys, I will get you an order either today or tomorrow for mediation. And you guys can you might start looking for a judge right now, or at least talking amongst each other to see if you can agree on somebody. We don't assign those. We just give you the order and you go and set it up with the judge that you two can agree on. If you can't agree on a judge, you have to come back to me and tell me that, then I pick one.
Okay.
All right. Other things for our record today.
Nothing but
Just for the state to point out, I know there was a question on the victim's cooperation. I would like the court to know she is still on board. She's still ready and willing to, to participate in the prosecution of this case, that she will be there to testify.
All right. Well, as we often say in this mediation, I think it would go a long way in the parties talking if she was there at the mediation, to not only see what's going on, but to be consulted as to her feelings.
I would appreciate that, sir.
All right. Najera, you appear to be frozen again, but I think I'm ready to adjourn anyway. I don't know if you can hear that, but you'll know when we all disappear. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else for our record today?
No, sir.
We are adjourned.